community's just really sad. You know, there's a sense of grief in the community. We're failing the kids, basically, because the school's not working.
Some would say that you start that timeline with the appointment of the current principal. Within 12 months of that appointment, there were a number of changes and appointments which had a material impact on how the school was managed. So we're talking, in the first instance, we're talking about the exercising of governance under the board, which in this case was a governance choice of the last board, not the one that's just been dissolved. And the outcome of that process was that they appointed the current principal. The appointment subsequently made had, as I said before, a significant impact on both the school and the students. It's no coincidence that when you have 30% of your roll walk over a 6-month period, something is seriously wrong. It's fair to say that part of our community is grieving.
The beginning of the school with all the matua and the tupuna that were alive, it was just so brilliant. And then all of a sudden now with my mokopuna shown as girls, because of there was nothing that they were no teaching, no things there for them. That Shona had to take them to Auckland, and she wasn't very happy. And no am I. My heart, it's so much pain there. I can't express it. What's really the things that I want to say. All I want to say is that I want because of them being the leaders of today, what can go when there's none in the school here, none in there, tūranga waiwai.
She's now moving to Auckland. She's not going to finish her year. She struggled through this year because of her determination to not let this spoil her education completely. And she's moving, and I'm really sad about that. I'm sad and I'm angry.
What are your kids doing now?
Correspondence at home. Yeah. But at the beginning of the year I sent my two older girls away to different schools, so we had to private board them, and which is not satisfactory really. My girl's doing NCEA, and I don't think she would get it. Educationally she wouldn't be able to do it, because some days you'd come to school and there wasn't a teacher there to teach you.
It doesn't feel like the senior management want to engage at all with any outsiders. There's no gala days. The swimming sports get cancelled, the athletics sports get cancelled. The kind of things that make it really good for the school. We're not really asking for anything fancy. And I really feel like my grandchildren are being ripped off. Jana's left school. She would be at school till she was 18 if all her friends hadn't left. It just hasn't worked for her, and it's really sad. And for Reese too, he's in Auckland doing a rubbish collection. He had heaps of potential, and I feel like they should be given a scholarship or something to compensate for the fact that the management's been so bad at that school, and all those children have left.
If I don't catch some clarity around what's happening for 2009 for my son, then we actually may have to seriously think about moving away. I don't want to do that. My son doesn't want to do that.
The Ministry's own independent review agency, the Education Review Office, identified in its first report that there were some serious issues. The then board had the opportunity to address those. 12 months on, the recognition that both the board and the principal did not allow the Education Review Office officials to feel comfortable and confident that there was the ability to turn this around. And as a result of that, they recommended the highest possible intervention, which the Minister accepted that recommendation back at the beginning of September. The first part of that process, once the Commissioner was appointed, was to dissolve the board. The second was the appointment of the Commissioner, who took over full powers that had previously been the board's. So now we are 2 months down from the Commissioner being appointed, and there is a knock-on consequence of there not being a community hui. Parents are no wiser to know what issues are going to be addressed over what time frame.
Now, since the Commissioner has been here, have you, as a member of the community, heard what's going on?
Not directly, certainly not from the school, not at all. Not from my child. She tells me nothing's improved.
My concern is around what's happening for 2009. My son's going to be a senior student. I'm actually concerned about what subjects are going to be available for him. But I've also raised with ERO, when they came through to do an ERO review, around what's happening with the middle school. Don't know what's happening there. But also, I believe we're actually getting shut out. It's been 2 months since we moved and established the stand down of the board and to bring in the Commissioner, and still we have not heard anything. We believe that children are getting even more unhappy.
Absolutely nothing. We've heard that there's been stand downs and incidents that aren't very good that have been happening, but we've asked from the minute he came into the school to be involved, for him to have a hui with us. We've emailed him, and we've got feedback from him. He's up to his eyeballs sorting out this and that, and when the time's right he'll call a hui, but we've waited 65 days.
Have there been any hui that the school have organised for the parents and the grandparents to tell them?
No, that's the pain of it. We're not gathering together to try and sort things to make it better for the mokas.
I don't believe it's unreasonable to ask for consultation. I don't believe it is unreasonable to ask that there be a safe forum in which contribution is able to be both received and given.
I think it's imperative that we actually have a community meeting or a public meeting of some sort with the Commissioner.
They just want the teachers to teach them, and and all we're asking for is a decent senior management that keeps the school running well.
I'm wanting the school to thrive. I'm wanting students to come back. I'm wanting to stop other families from leaving. It affects our whole community.
I hope that we all get as a whānau of the kura Opononi and work together to make it a safe place and to make everyone a whānau and loving with one another and supportive of one another. The school teachers, whoever, all the ones that are involved with the kura, that we're one whānau working together towards the better for our children, our mokopuna.